Hello everyone. I'm just going to continue the demo where we left off last time, because I have a bit of a shorter topic to talk about today. We'll see how short it ends up being. But sometimes, well, when you play TF2 you press a lot of keys, right? But sometimes what's important is the keys that you don't press. And one such key that gets pressed way too often, or rather, people don't really think about the benefits of not pressing it, is the crouch button. Crouch button. What do I mean by that? Well, crouch does a lot of things for you. Crouch, when you're crouching and crouch jumping specifically, you can jump on higher ledges than you would be able to otherwise. Crouching is extremely important because you take more knockback while you're crouched, meaning if you are a demo rolling out to mid, or you are a soldier rolling out to mid, or bombing, or doing any rocket jump whatsoever, or you are any class whatsoever that is getting attacked by an explosive class, or even a scout, or any class that deals knockback, aka every class, then crouching helps you surf that damage more effectively. So as a result, TF2 players are very liberal with the crouch button, for good reason, because it does a lot of really important things for you. However, crouching is not always good to press. And if you noticed when I mentioned that crouching makes you take increased knockback, that's not always a good thing. So there's a couple examples I can think of. And when I say a couple, I mean literally just two. Oh, that was such a sad Uber. So the first such example is a much less common one, but if you are, for example, a demo trying to do a very small sticky jump, or a soldier trying to do a very small rocket jump, then you can get value out of releasing the crouch button for that. And there are some actual examples of this. So one such example being the snake water rollout for demo. Sometimes you see demos use an extra sticky in Saw. This was something that I started doing after watching Piniferous do it, actually. And I found that uncrouching that sticky gives you just enough, distance to get to where you want to go, but a lot more control because you're moving overall just much slower, right? Versus if you crouch that, then you're going to be taking a lot more knockback, and it might be harder to control. You're going to get flung into walls and things, and you don't necessarily want that. Likewise, rolling out Toxic on Reckoner, using an uncrouched sticky in lobby by near bats. Again, exact same example of you don't really have to go that far, so whether you crouch or not doesn't really matter from a distance perspective. However, from a control perspective, it certainly does make a difference, and being able to find those specific examples in which an uncrouched sticky jump or an uncrouched rocket jump is kind of all you need can definitely help. The other example I have is a much more applicable one, and if there's anything to take away from this video, it is that as a soldier, uncrouching while bombing is actually really important for basically just one reason, which is that you take less knockback while you're uncrouched. And for many of you who have seen any of my videos where I talk about sacking and denying soldiers, then you know that the way that you deny soldier bombs is not by killing them before they can land, which is quite rare actually to happen. Soldier just has so much health and moves pretty quickly, so can be hard to kill. No, your primary way of denying soldier bombs and making them ineffective is by physically knocking them away with damage knockback, such that they land, uselessly out of range of whatever they're trying to bomb, usually your medic. So as a soldier, if you're crouched, you're just making the other scout's job easier by taking extra knockback from them. And there's literally no reason to do that. All you're achieving by crouching is just making that more possible, so why not just release the button? It's actually one fewer button to do. It's literally easier than just continuing to hold it. And I see soldiers do this a lot, where they stay crouched for just any bomb whatsoever, and you're way worse off doing that, obviously, because, again, you don't want to make yourself easier to deny for no reason whatsoever, so why continue holding crouch? Obviously, if you're doing like a wall shot or something, any of your actual jumps, then sure, you can be pressing it, but, you know, once you're actually in the air, once you're on your trajectory, then by no means do you need to be holding the crouch key. And yeah, short one, right? So that's pretty much all I have to talk about. Just release the crouch key sometimes and actually think about what buttons you're pressing, because sometimes releasing a button that you're usually holding is as important as pressing a button. So anyway, that's, I think, all I have to talk about. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time.